Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture for March 24th of 2025 is titled "A Total Lunar Eclipse over Uruguay." So what do we see here? Well, here we are going to see a short video clip that only lasts a few seconds. And we're going to be looking at the total solar eclipse of the moon that occurred recently and get a chance to see that. So here we will see that entire eclipse in just about 8 seconds. Now I will put it on repeat in just a moment so that you can see it over and over again as I talk about the lunar eclipse. So as we start off with the image here, you can see that it looks relatively bright and you may think that the sun is out. But in reality, the brightness is due to the moon, not due to the sun in this case, or at least not directly due to the sun. Of course, the moon is lit by the light from the sun itself. So let's go ahead and play the video and watch the eclipse as it occurs. And as you start, what you notice is that it gets quickly dark. You can watch the moon fade. And then of course the stars and Milky Way become visible. Then as the moon brightens again as it becomes out of eclipse, you can see that it fades and much harder to see the Milky Way anymore. So you can still see the Milky Way there towards the end, but it's a lot harder. And that's because the brightness of the moon significantly brightens the sky. So when you are looking for objects in the sky, if you want to observe something, especially a very faint object, you will want to observe near the time when the moon is not in the sky. So new moon would be ideal. But of course, first and third quarter and the crescent phases of the moon would be out, but would not be near as bright and would only be out for a small portion of the time. The difficulty with observing near full moon is that the moon is quite bright and is up all night long. And that's what you kind of notice here is that when we block out the moon, when the moon passes into Earth's shadow and becomes dimmer, we can actually see all of the faint objects that were not visible otherwise. So you can watch as the moon comes back out. You can see that many of those objects are hard to see. And that's not because they aren't there, not because they aren't just as bright as they were before, but simply because the moon brightens the sky and makes it harder to see anything else. Now, of course, the sun does absolutely the same thing during the day. That's why we can't see objects during the day, because the sun overly brightens the sky and keeps us from being able to see anything with ordinary visible light. But here we get to see the lunar eclipse. Now the lunar eclipse occurs when the moon passes into Earth's shadow. So it is no longer directly receiving light from the sun. You'll notice in the clip as you watch it that the moon is still there. You can see the moon even at the total portion of the eclipse. Now that's because sunlight is scattered through Earth's atmosphere into Earth's shadow. So Earth's shadow is not completely dark. It is still filled with a deep red light that makes its way through the atmosphere, giving the moon a very blood red color during a total lunar eclipse. So that was our picture of the day for March 24th of 2025. It was titled "A Total Lunar Eclipse over Uruguay." We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture, previewed to be "Moon Glows Blue." So we'll see what that is about tomorrow. And until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.